What happened to your hair?
Gary, oh my God, it's so good to see you.
Likewise, gosh, what time is it there?
It's 8:30
I'll
p.m.
have to go get an adapter for the main display port.
Okay, can I just send you the email then? You can have the link. Put it in there.
Oh, it should just go right from your,
Excuse me.
let's see. If you want to use just like the, this is the mouse for your computer?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see.
I can send you the link to you and then you can.
Well, you should be able to just send your computer to that.
Yeah, but since I don't have a thing, right, that's.
It should just work without, let's see, let me just
Okay.
check. You should be able to, it should show an IP address you can go to in your web browser, and then it should just share your screen on the TV, hypothetically.
Yeah, if not, that's fine. Betty, why don't you just come to look at the monitor there? I'm gonna go to my office starting.
Yeah, you can,
Yeah.
you can look at this in the meantime, and I'll just try to get wireless
Okay,
working.
because it's already started, so I
Oh,
don't-
started already? Oh,
It's not minutes, so.
go.
Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to my office.
Okay.
Marong, how are you? Oh, you're going to your office.
Oh, I'll be right there.
He was in a car accident, Patrick.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so anyway,
Gary's on.
hi Betty.
Can I crank this up a little? I don't know. It's kind of hard to
There should be
hear.
a volume.
So Patrick, are you eating okay? Because you look a little thinner.
I thank you for saying that. I've lost about 15 pounds since being in Sri Lanka.
Is that the highest?
Yeah, you are.
It's
Okay, thank
it,
you.
it's good living.
You're looking good. You really look
Thank
good.
you.
Except I just almost didn't recognize you with your hair.
Well, I'm losing a little bit.
Oh, I thought
up
maybe
there.
it was the Sri Lankan barbers.
That too, right? That too. How are
Marong.
you?
Hey.
How's your family? Marong, I didn't realize you were in a car accident.
Oh, I had a car accident, but before that, I fell off the ladder.
Oh my.
Okay, good.
And I apologize to Marong. I have been so busy, and I've wanted to call you, and I told Betty I was going to call you, and I didn't. I apologize. I have had a meeting with the Lieutenant Governor of Nebraska regarding anti-Semitism.
Yeah.
And the Speaker of the House of Representatives came. I had a meeting with him and 12 other people active in the Jewish community regarding anti-Semitism. And then anyway, they're having a panel, a UNO panel at Film Streams. They're showing a very nice movie, Bye Bye Tiberius, which is a story of a Palestinian woman who goes to Europe to become a movie star. And it's about her return. But the panelists, mostly from UNO, are all anti-Israel people. I mean, they talk about the Nakba in their little bios that they put up. They talk about the Nakba and how they've survived occupation. So I'm very disappointed. But anyway, because
Hmm.
it's very highly political for something that's not supposed to be political. And you're the boss, and I'm taking up your time, Patrick.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Good evening here in Sri Lanka. Yes.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm very happy that we have such a great program that Betty and I worked, and we share with the board and with the members. It's called Reporting Live Abroad. And Patrick actually was the very first one, and I approached, and he said, "This is a fantastic program," and I'm very
Thank you,
happy that
Marang.
Patrick agrees to be our inaugural speaker for this program. This is a program,
an
as
honor.
you probably already know, is a 25-minute long, no more than that, and I want to have a speaker to talk 25 minutes, but Patrick has been very gracious that he agreed to give a few minutes for whoever has questions for Patrick, for our speakers. But I also got his permission to have the program recorded today, so we will edit it and then post hopefully on our website. Once again, thank you so much for coming, and it's my great honor to introduce our speaker, inaugural speaker for this reporting live abroad. Now, this abroad can be replaced from Kuala Lumpur, Sri Lanka, from Tokyo, Japan, from any places in the world. But general term is reporting live abroad. We literally have 50 episodes in the year and a half. So we will provide. Eventually, this program will be a webinar, so we will not see everyone's name on the screen. But it's so nice to see so many good friends out there that I appreciate you coming to join us. As I said, this program will be edited and on the website, so more people will get it.
We're wrong.
Yes.
Excuse me for a moment. Betty, could you mute your
You
microphone?
can hear me, right?
Yes.
Or
Could
I'm
you
gonna shut
mute
this
your
off.
microphone?
Yes.
This is me.
Is your
Shut it off.
okay, thanks. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Marang.
Okay. Patrick has been a very close friend of mine and of many friends who are associated with Nebraska Waterfield Council. Patrick currently serves as the executive director of the United States Sri Lanka Fulbright Commission. He has worked with universities, governments, corporations, nonprofits, and foundations for over 40 years. Before joining Fulbright Sri Lanka in January 2024, Patrick was at the University of Nebraska at Omaha, where he taught conflict resolution, sustainable development, and social entrepreneurship. At UNO, he also served as Senior International Officer, Director of the International Studies Major and Minor, Director of the Sustainable Dialogue Initiative, and Director of the Omaha World Affairs Council, which later became the Nebraska World Affairs Council. He's on the governing board of Initiatives of Change, a global interfaith NGO building trust across the world's divides. Patrick is delighted to reconnect with friends in Nebraska through this Newark program, reporting live from Kuala Lumpur. Welcome, Patrick, and thank you so much for being our inaugural speaker.
Thank you, Marang. It's great to see you. Your friendship, your partnership, many years of inspiration. Thank you so much for what you're doing for Newark nowadays. Betty, big kudos to you as the co-chair and co-leader for what you're doing. So many friends on this call right now. I want to say a special shout out to Michael, who was so instrumental in what we were doing with the Waisili program, the Bold Fellows program, so much else. Gary, your leadership in the community over so many years. Thank you for what you have done, are doing, and will do. So many other friends, but I want to say a very, very special thank you and shout out to my friend, my colleague, my partner in crime for so many years, Vicky Stone. Vicky, you are awesome. And just seeing your name on the screen, like, warms my heart in a way that I have not been warmed in many months. So Vicky, thank you. Thank you. Let me turn to what I hope to talk about for the next few minutes here, and then open up to any questions. First, a short overview of the United States Sri Lanka Fulbright Commission. Second, how leading this life-changing organization has been life-changing to me. Third, how the Fulbright program fits into a broader soft power agenda for the United States globally. Fourth, the geopolitics of Sri Lanka and why Sri Lanka is so important to the world today. And finally, an invitation to all of you to visit us here in Sri Lanka. So, to the first point, the United States Sri Lanka Fulbright Commission was founded in 1952 when a treaty was signed between the government of Sri Lanka and the government of the United States. This set up an exchange program, and there have been over 2,000 alumni now, both in the United States and Sri Lanka, who have gone through this exchange program. Our mission is building bridges of peace and understanding between people of Sri Lanka and people of the United States through academic, professional, and artistic exchanges. We are a binational, autonomous, non-political NGO. I do not work for the US government, although we are funded largely by the US government. Some funding comes from the Sri Lankan side. My board of directors is appointed, 3 members are appointed by the president of Sri Lanka, and 3 members are appointed by the US ambassador to Sri Lanka. So I report to that 6-member board of directors, and the staff all report to me. I am the first American to lead the Fulbright Sri Lanka Commission in 72 years.
Wow.
It's always been Sri Lankans before me. So it's a great honor, privilege, and responsibility for me to lead this binational commission. I'm also being watched closely by both sides to figure, is he leaning more towards the American side? Is he leaning more towards the Sri Lankan side? How does this, American guy in this position navigate the politics of the binational commission? To my second point, leading this life-changing organization is a dream come true. I was a Fulbright Nehru Senior Scholar in India in 2011. And I thought to myself, if I could ever lead a Fulbright Commission, that would be the pinnacle of my professional career. And now, 13 years later, I am in my dream job in a tropical paradise. I had a life-changing experience for me and for my family. My wife, Aviva Siegel, has quit her job, sold our house in Omaha, packed up all of our belongings, and moved here in August to be with me in Sri Lanka. Our older daughter, Alana, 23 years old, recently graduated from the Oberlin College and Conservatory in Ohio, is now living with us here on the 29th floor of the sloping tower of Altair Residence. And she is having an amazing experience with implementing a grant that she has received to collaborate with contemporary artists, musicians, dancers, filmmakers, visual artists throughout the island of Sri Lanka. And it is an amazing experience for our 23-year-old. Our 21-year-old is in London. Leora is living in London, and she's just completed her degree in contemporary dance. So she's trying to make it as a contemporary dancer in London. I had a life-changing experience as a Fulbright scholar in India for me and for my family. And now I get to curate life-changing experiences for other people. What a gift that is. Now, to my third point, Fulbright is a soft power initiative of the United States throughout the world. There are 160 different countries in the world that have Fulbright programs. Only 30 of those countries have full-time executive directors like myself. So I am in a very rare position leading a Fulbright commission. The rest of them are run out of the US Embassy, and the idea of an embassy-run Fulbright program versus a commission-run Fulbright program is an important distinction. So the commission-run Fulbright programs are more autonomous and more binational in their nature. So I am in a unique and a really honored position here in Sri Lanka. But I am also not naive to the fact that we are part of the soft power agenda of the United States. It is about winning the hearts and minds of the people of Sri Lanka that we are creating these exchange initiatives. Again, our mission is to build bridges of peace and understanding between the people of Sri Lanka and the people of the United States. And in those bridges of peace and understanding, it is really about the people-to-people connections. One of my great mentors, Joe Montville, coined the term Track 2 diplomacy. And I used to work at the Institute for Multi-Track Diplomacy in Washington, D.C. This idea that diplomacy does not just happen between government to government relations, but diplomacy happens in the broader sense, people to people connections. And that is what I am honored to be doing here at the Fulbright Sri Lanka Commission. Now, to my fourth point, Sri Lanka is geopolitically important in the world right now. Over 60% of all goods shipped in the world go through the Macau Strait that is in the Malaysia area, and that area goes through the Indian Ocean. The Indian Ocean then goes by, any shipping routes would then go by Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is strategically located in a way that is really important for trade routes, but it's also this nexus between India, our huge neighbor to the north, China, our huge neighbor to the east, America, which is the neighbor to everyone, wherever we are, and increasingly Russia, Australia, Japan, all of these countries have an interest in the Indian Ocean region. And Sri Lanka is we say, pearl of the Indian Ocean because it's shaped like a pearl. Sri Lanka is about the size of Ireland, although it is 4 times as many people. Ireland has, I think, between 5 and 6 million people. Sri Lanka has 22 million people. So it is a very interesting, important, and geopolitically positioned place. We've just gone through a national election and a new government has been elected here, a more left-leaning government. And it's interesting to see how things are being reshuffled. On November 14th, there is a parliamentary election, and we will see more clarity about what is going to happen in the future after November 14th. Of course, I'm also interested in what's happening in the United States on November 4th and how that will impact the global relations and the foreign policy of the United States. Finally, I want to end my time before opening up to questions with a kind and sincere invitation to anyone and everyone on this call to come visit us in Sri Lanka. This is truly a tropical paradise. And to see what's going on here is really only experienced firsthand. If you want to come and create some program, whether that's more touristic, whether that's more academic, whether there's some way that we can create opportunities for you, I would love for you to reach out to me. I am going to put my new email address in the chat, and any of you could reach out to me and I will gladly facilitate a program that is most appropriate for you. Again, it is great to see all of you. I miss Omaha, but I am living into this new chapter in such a wonderful way. Marong, I'll open up to questions now, unless you have something else you want to say, please.
Well, thank you so much, Patrick. It's such a great thing to hear all this good possibilities. But you know, we already invite you to come next September the 11th, to be back in Omaha. And
Yes.
Betty, me, and all the other members are excited. And I already told Vicky, I'm sure. And I saw Gary, you are here. Thank you so much, Gary, that you are joining us from California or Vermont. Anyway, here's one question I started, and then I will welcome everyone to have questions. Now, I have been aware of Fulbright even 20 years before I came to this country. And
Yes.
I've been very honored to have someone, Patrick, you, as a close friend who is now leading a very important program in Sri Lanka. So, strategically put the Fulbright program in not just diplomatic arena, but also strategic geopolitical arena. Do you have any knowledge of any other similar programs, but not initiated or organized by the United States, but by either Western democracy or countries that may have a different ideology perspectives? But I just want to get the sense of to know this landscape.
Yes. So I'm going to mention three briefly, and then anything else that you want to share, glad to. First of all, in the more Western world, there is the scholarship program called the Chevening program in the UK. And through our Waisili program, that is the Young Southeast Asian Leaders Initiative, I have written many, many Chevening program letters of recommendation for our Waisili fellows. Secondly, the Australia Awards, which are funding programs for different I don't know if it's just Asia, but it's definitely Sri Lanka. Young people going to Australia for education. These are in the scholarship realm, but of course, Fulbright has a broader program of scholarships, as well as professors who go on fellowships, artists who go on fellowships, professionals who go on fellowships. But I want to name, and your question, Marong, I especially appreciated, because you actually said beyond just the Western world. And I have seen China in particular being very aggressive on the soft power initiatives. And I'm going to mention two places that I know well. First, Sri Lanka, and second, Pakistan. They have funded many, many young people on scholarship, as well as professors, to go to China, learn from some of the great Chinese institutions, and then come back and implement whatever they learned in their home countries. Now, I was just in a meeting a couple of days ago with the leading, or one of the leading think tanks here in Sri Lanka, and there was a lot of anti-Chinese rhetoric. And I said to them, look, I understand that there are critiques to be made of China, but let's be fair here. China is also doing some good things in the world, and knowledge exchange may be one of the good ways that China is drawing people together and implementing some of the best scholarship that they learn from China and coming back to Sri Lanka or India or Pakistan or elsewhere. So I just want to be really clear that actually some of the non-Western countries have been doing great things as well. Marong, you want to say something more on that?
That's great. I know that. But before I continue, I just want to make an official announcement that the program is officially ended because it's 25 minutes. But you're welcome to stay. So when we edit it, we make sure that we have the maximum 25 minutes. At the same time, I know this kind of dialogue can continue with lots of interests. But
got it.
Anyone who has to leave, feel free to go. But otherwise, we welcome you to stay for a few more minutes. The Chinese does pay a lot of attention, which they did not do much, let's say 20 some years ago. But then they implement the Confucius Institute, which was not a successful case in the United States, but they're still hanging there in the Western world. But recently, the Chinese government issued an invitation of 50,000 American students to come to China for free for
Right.
either 2 or 3 weeks. Everything is covered, airline tickets, accommodations, and then anything is that. So we do pay attention to that. So I
Yes.
aware that yeah.
Thank you. Other questions from anyone else, please?
Yes.
Patrick, I missed part of your commentary. Pakistan, excuse me, and what other country got involved with the China visitation program?
Oh, there have been people from Sri Lanka who have
Okay.
gotten scholarships. So I was speaking particularly about Sri Lanka, but also Pakistan, which I know well. Anything else?
Anything else? Ed, Michael, good to see you guys. And Vicky.
Yeah, my namesake. Come on, Ed.
Well, I have a couple more, but go ahead, Ed. I had my turn. Go ahead. Let's see. Got to head out now, but okay.
Hey, thanks, Ed. I appreciate you, man.
So what is the official language of Sri Lanka and how do you communicate with them?
So the answer is most people that I'm dealing with who are the more educated elite speak English, but Sinhala is the main language here. The Sinhalese people are about 70% of the population. The Tamil people are the minority population, and Tamil is spoken especially in the east and the north of the country. Tamils are, I want to say about 15 to, or Tamil speaking people are 15 to 18% of the population. There was a civil war where the Tamils tried to have their own homeland in the east and the north. They were crushed by the Sinhalese Buddhists. Some people interpreted this just as a Buddhist versus Hindu type of conflict, but it's actually a lot more complex than that, which, many places in the world, I think of Northern Ireland as being one, I think of the Middle East as being another, have so much complexity that to just boil it down to a sort of this against that sort of a dynamic is not actually speaking to the wider and more complex issues going on here.
Great.
So in terms of daily life, I have a number of questions and I want to give other people a chance to speak as well. So if you have a question, interrupt me and I'll back off so you could get your turn. But tell me about life. Is it easy to walk around? Is it in the paradise, and what makes it a paradise?
Yes. So the answer is yes. And so I have been to Afghanistan 5 times, Pakistan 6 times. I have ridden around in armored cars with gunmen literally riding shotgun in the vehicles with me. I was the first American professor to go to Baluchistan in 10 years. I have a very high risk tolerance, and I'll tell you, the experience here in Sri Lanka is so different than many of those places that I've been in the past. Even India, where I feel safe and comfortable, Sri Lanka is a much more chill, island, people are more laid back, it's cleaner, the weather is beautiful, there are literally, the best beaches in the world are surrounding this island. It is an absolutely amazing place. And every day I wake up, I watch the sunrise from my balcony. I'm looking just outside right here. The balcony of my 29th floor apartment in the iconic, it's called Altair Residence Tower, is overlooking the Indian Ocean. So I watch the sun rise every morning from my balcony, and I watch the sun set every night from my balcony. Tonight I went up to the 63rd floor and I took a swim in the infinity pool, and then I watched the sunset over the western coast of the Indian Ocean. And I just stopped and I thought to myself, like, I literally pinched myself and I thought, is this real? Like, am I living this crazy life right now? This is amazing that I have been so incredibly blessed with so many opportunities in my life. And now I find myself here, truly in a tropical paradise. So Gary, thank you for your question. I want to open it up. Shelby, Martin, David, Jack, Jared, Joseph, Vicky, anything you all want to ask?
Yes, please, please. Shelby, you are from Hawaii, so do you know anything about
you
Sri
know tropical
Lanka?
paradise, man. You're living in the tropical paradise. Right on. What are you doing in Hawaii?
Shelby?
Unmute
She's a
yourself,
student of
Shelby.
mine, but she's from Hawaii.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right on.
It's another beautiful place too.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Joseph, you have something to ask?
Joseph is from Alaska. So Joseph, do you have anything to say? I think they are probably doing something else.
Right.
Vicky,
Not
my
a
friend.
tropical paradise, but a paradise, an Iceland paradise.
Yes.
Right on. Right on.
My friend Vicky, do you have anything to ask Patrick? He's right here. I met Patrick when Vicky made the arrangement to see you in your office.
Yeah. Vicky's the best. Love
Thank
Vicky.
you guys are all the best. So we're in a good company.
Right on.
But yes, I would be pinching myself too. For what
Yeah.
you said about going on top of
Betty,
that tall building and going in the pool and just experiencing paradise. That'd be awesome.
Vicky, come visit me. Vicky, come on.
Well, I think I have about 40 more pounds to go before I would venture into an airplane.
Right on. Right on.
I'm like
So,
130 down for my heaviest, but I still wouldn't fit in the seat.
We would love to have you here. Right
But
on.
thank you. That's a wonderful.
This is crazy,
invitation.
Vicky. You remember Asta, who used to work at the international programs?
Yeah, sure.
She's coming to visit next weekend.
Oh, nice. I'll
Yeah.
let Aaron and Jessica know that.
Please
gonna-
do.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's a
Patrick,
good lady, so you'll enjoy her
Yes,
visit.
Betty.
you look so happy and glowing. So
Thank you.
you must be enjoying it there.
Indeed.
You probably don't want to come back here, right?
I do. I can't wait to come back on September 11th of next year.
Yes.
Because I have so many friends, and I have to say, you know, this new chapter is such a great evolution, and I have such great memories about Omaha. So it's not like, you know, oh, I'm done with that, forget all of you, whatever, you're behind me. I really have such a love for so many people who are in Omaha. And to be truthful, I am so happy to be in this new chapter of my life.
Patrick, we are not to let you forget us for sure.
No, never, wrong. No, I won't forget.
So I recall someone from Omaha saying they visited you. And I can't recall who it was.
Rich Juro.
Oh
So
yeah, Rich. That's right.
Rich Juro, one of our longtime NUAC members, was on a cruise. He and Fran came to
His wife, Fran.
exactly. He and Fran came to Sri Lanka, and he got off the boat. Fran was not able to, but we had lunch together. We took a short tour of Colombo. He came to my office. It was so great to reconnect. I mean, I'll tell you, Rich is one of the best guys, and just such a kind heart, such a generous guy in so many ways. And I can't say enough good things about Rich Juro. And for
Well,
him to reconnect with me here in Sri Lanka was an absolute delight.
he actually has visited more countries than you have, Patrick.
Exactly, man. That guy has been to 186 of the 192 countries. And the only ones he hasn't been to is basically because of security issues. Like, I mean, my mind is blown. Excuse me, my mind is blown every time I think of Rich Juro and his globe trotting.
In fact, I will give him a call after our call to tell him we talked.
Please do. Please send him my very best.
I'm sorry that
Anything
Rich
else?
didn't join us today. I don't know why, but I'm sure that he would be so happy to see you, Patrick.
Yeah, he may have something going. Whatever,
Yeah,
man. He's
yeah.
always something.
Okay,
Anything
now
else?
our next project, our next event, reporting live from Tokyo, Japan, on November 1st, 8 o'clock in the morning. That is 10 o'clock in the evening there. The title is The Broken Relationship Between Japan and China and Why. The speaker is Tadashi Nomura, who was the Japan Foundation Joy program at Creighton at the Asian One Center that I worked with him 2 years. That was 8 years ago. So that's our second live reporting from Tokyo. And then I'm just so happy that we made it. And I'm sure that more and more people will join us. The program is a brand new program. And then I'm so honored that Patrick, you were the first speaker. And my students join us, and thank you very much. In particular, Gary, I'm so happy to see you. I have not seen you for a while. And Vicky, I have not seen you for a while either. So anyway, Patrick, thank you again. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we look forward
Thank
to
you
see
all.
you next September 11. I will meet you in the airport. And then
Thank
make sure
you.
that
Thank you.
we will cover you for the airfare,
All right.
everything.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay.
All good.
Oh, wait.
Thank you.
I have,
Thank you all.
I have one question. Sorry.
Oh, David.
Yes,
Oh,
please,
good,
David.
David.
Yes. Yeah, sort of. I was wondering, like, the steps one should take in order to sort of get into a position such as yours, where you can sort of have the ability to travel and sort of, be involved with other countries and diplomatic relations and all of that,
Yeah. So let me answer on two different tracks. One
right.
is the Foreign Service Officer track, and the other is the non-government track. So with regards to the Foreign Service Officer track, there is a test that you have to take. There is very rigorous steps that you have to do in order to get into the Foreign Service. If you are interested in that track, email me, patrick@fulbrightsrilanka.org. I have not been a Foreign Service officer, but I have many, many friends who have, and they have coached those. Actually, when I was a professor at University of Nebraska, Omaha, I had many, many students who wanted to go into the Foreign Service, and I would connect them to current Foreign Service officers, and they would coach them on how to be successful in the tests. So if you want, my email is in the chat. The second track is non-government, and for me, being a Fulbright scholar was life-changing, but it also opened up all sorts of different doors for me. And I think that more academic track And the Fulbright experience that I had was what led me to today being a director of a Fulbright commission. David, anything else? Any follow-ups?
No, that's
Wonderful.
everything. Thank you.
Wonderful. David
Right on.
is a very excellent student in my world politics class. He's from a military background, and I'm so happy that you asked the best question.
Yes.
Thank
And
you.
I'll say that if you want to go that foreign service officer route, having a military background actually gives you more points
Yeah.
because it's literally a quantitative point system. It gives you more points to be a better candidate for the foreign service. They love former veterans or veterans
Excellent.
who are trying to go into the foreign service. So you would be a great candidate because of your own background.
Yep. By that time, I will write a letter for you, David, and then I will ask Patrick to write one for you too.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Jack is one of the two lucky students from our class who was sponsored by Lynn Anderson to go to Washington, D.C. for the National World Affairs Council Conference in November. So Jack
Congrats.
is one of them. I was very happy for Lynn Anderson to sponsor him to go to DC.
Very generous. Yeah,
Yes,
Lynn is the
yes.
best. Okay.
Yes.
Congrats, Jack.
Okay, good. Well, thank you so much.
All right.
And
Thank
I'm
you.
very happy to see everybody, and I look forward to see you again soon, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, friends.
Bye
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
Thank
Take
you.
care,
Bye-bye.
Patrick. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Gary, let's get together soon, okay?
I want to call you.
Yeah.
Are you at your office?
Yes.
I'll call you in a few moments.
Okay. It's a 280-2896.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. I see you later. Yeah. Bye-bye. 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 Good. Betty, can you stay there for a few minutes? I will be ready in the Zoom in a moment. Okay.